Hey guys, ready to rock again for class. We're just going to jump straight into our warm-up in 2, 1, and off we go, jogging on the spot. So our usual warm-up, guys, we're going to do cardio and then resistance work. So 30 seconds cardio now first is just jogging on the spot. And keep this going for first 30 seconds, and then our next 30 is going to be squats. So keep going there now, jogging away. Then we're going to go with a shoulder width stance squat, head and chest up, dropping down as deep as you can. Okay, keeping the heels flat. So last couple of seconds jogging, 2, 1, and off we go squatting. Shoulder width stance, heels down flat to the floor, and nice deep reps. Okay, so we're going to keep that one going on for 30 seconds as well. So as I said, it's 30 seconds cardio, then 30 seconds resistance work. Our next 30 seconds of cardio is going to be more upper body. So it's going to be shadow boxing, we're into a boxing stance, and we're just throwing out punches at head height. Okay, so back to squatting now again for the last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and into punches. So split stance, weak leg to the front, strong leg, strong hand to the back, and we're just throwing out punches for 30 seconds. Getting the heart rate up now with the cardio, just nice and loose on the toes. Okay, so we'll keep that going for another 10 seconds. And then our first upper body resistance one is going to be some press ups. We can now do a kneeling position. Last 2, 1, and off we go with press ups. So good full range of motion. If you have a gym mat or something like this, you want your hands outside it, which will be outside shoulder width, should be the most comfortable. Right down, touch the nose, and back up. Okay? So another 15 seconds of those. And then once again, we're back on cardio. So we'll go back to our first one, which is going to be the jogging on the spot. Okay, so last few seconds of press ups. You want full range of motion, right down, touch the ground. 2, 1, back up, on the jog. Just nice steady pace. Don't have to get the knees or the feet too high. Just getting us warmed up now with this drill. So 30 seconds here. And then our next resistance one is going to be a forward lunge. So no body weight into just your body weight, or sorry, no extra weight, your body weight is resistance. We're going to strike forward, power up off the front foot, alternate legs, and keep powering up with that. So ready, forward in 2, 1, and off we go. Lunges, nice deep reps. You bend both legs, don't leave the trailing knee touch the ground, stop just before, and then with the front foot, power up. Okay? So again, 30 seconds of that, then we're back onto our punches. So with your lunges, very, very deep reps, but control the descent right down. The trailing leg, you stop it before it hits the ground, and the front leg powers you back up. So last couple of seconds, and we're shadow boxing. 2, 1, and off we go. So good full range of motion with these punches. Your fist should come all the way back to your shoulder, your chest, and then all the way up to full lockout. Don't have to worry about too much power behind the punches. Just nice high tempo. Staying loose up on the toes, twisting through the hips, but keeping these core muscles contracted. 10 more seconds of that. Then we're going for another upper body exercise. This time we are going to use some extra resistance to the kettlebells. Bent over rows. So 2, 1, and off we go. Kick the hips out behind. Chest is over parallel to the floor. And we're squeezing the shoulder blades together as we draw the kettlebells up into the ribs. Okay? So another 15 seconds of those. Then we're back for our last 30 seconds of jogging on the spot. So when you're doing those rows, kick the hips out behind, pivot over the hip, and squeeze the shoulder blades and draw up. Last 2, 1, and back and more jogging. So this is the last 30 jogging. After this, we're going to activate our core muscles. We're going to come down and hold a plank. So whether you have a mat or not, doesn't matter, but we're going to drop down. We're going to come onto our forearms and toes and hold a nice straight line. So last few seconds there now, yeah? 3, 2, and down into a plank. So we're on the toes and forearms, you're going to push your shoulders up high in the air, up away from the floor. Tuck your tail one in underneath. Keep a nice straight line and really squeeze the abs. Don't just lie here in a position, focus on making those core muscles work. Okay? So coming into the final 10 seconds, then we're up for our last set of punching, shadow boxing. So keep squeezing the abs. 2, 1, and up we get. Your last 30 seconds, so shadow boxing. Throwing out those punches at head height. Nice and loose up on the toes. Pivoting through the hips a little, but keeping the core muscles nice and tight. So we're going to do that for 30, and then our last exercise, whole body exercise, squat and press. You want a bit of weight, squat down deep, and as you come out of the squat, you fire overhead. So where you are now, last 2, 1, and into squat and press for the final 30 seconds. Okay, so keep pushing those. Final 30. Good full range of motion. When you're squatting, you want your feet about hip width apart. You want your heels kept flat down to the floor, and it's through the heel that you power up, keeping the core muscles tight, and fire that weight up overhead. All one motion. Getting the whole body working together. 2, 1, and rest. Great job, guys. I'm just going to reset my timer. Okay, so today's circuit, we're going to do upper, lower first. So our upper body exercise is going to be a press up, kneeling position, full range of motion, right down, touch your nose, and power back up. Okay? Or if you can manage, go right up onto the toes, same thing, down, touch the nose, and back up. For lower body, we're going to go with a reverse lunge. So you can use 1 kettlebell, 2 kettlebells, just body weight, whatever you're able for. Okay? We'll straight backwards, power up off the front foot, and we'll alternate legs then with every straight. So upper lower, core is next. So we come down onto the mat and do a set of crunches. So plant the feet, curl the spine, get the shoulder blades up off the mat. Okay? And then some cardio. So we have a slam ball here. You don't actually have to have a slam ball, a football, anything like that will do. And we're going to jog on the spot. We'll get the knee up nice and high so that your toe is coming up on top of the ball. Just call those ones toe taps. So basically just tap and toe off the top of the ball. Okay? Step with press ups, guys, ready to rock. So down onto the mats for press ups, so going in 3, 2, and off we go. Kneeling position, right down, touch the nose. Your hands are outside the shoulder width. Your whole body drops down and powers back up. Don't just leave the head move, make sure the whole body moves, drops right down and back up. Okay? So keep those press-ups going for the full 30. After that, it's reverse lunges. So 5 more seconds on the press-ups, then we're getting a 15 breather. Okay, up on the feet. If you have weight, grab it. If you want to go body weight, that's fine. We're going to go reverse lunging, straight and backwards, powering up off the front foot, and then alternating legs with every stride. Okay, so 2, 1, and off we go. Bend both knees, power back up off the front foot. The back leg, control down, don't let the knee touch the ground, and then keep alternating legs. Okay, so again, either with weight or with body weight. Whatever you're able for yourself. After that, we're going to be coming down here onto the mats and doing our crunches. So almost there, guys. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest again, so for 15. Get ready on the mat, and we're going to go crunches. So I want you to plant the feet and then curl the spine. Get the shoulder blades up off the mat. Exhaling as you come up. We're ready now. 2, 1, and off we go. So exhale as we come up. Get a squeeze on the core muscles. Keep the lower back in contact with the floor and just get the upper back up off the ground. Okay? So past halfway already. After that then, we're on to our cardio, toe taps. Keep crunching, keep breathing through the reps. Exhale as you come up. 2, 1, and rest. So again, I'm using a slam ball, but a football, any sort of thing will do. even a step if you're at home, something like that, bottom of the stairs. I just want something that you have to elevate the foot up a little higher than normal. So ready in 2, 1, and off we go. So we're basically just jogging on the spot, but by having the ball there, forces us to get the foot a little higher, and in turn, the knee a little higher, so it makes the jogging a little bit harder, okay? So we keep that going for 30 again, and then we're back down for our press-ups. Almost there, last few seconds, keep jogging out. And rest, good. So with the press-ups today, what a lot of people are guilty of doing is just even the upper body move. Okay, the head comes down, it's almost like you're on the floor, but you're doing nothing. You want the whole body dropping down and coming back up. Ready in 2, 1, and off we go. So if you can see my legs in the video there, they come all the way down, my quads are parallel with the floor, and power back up. All the way down to my nose, touches the ground, and back up. Okay? So you want the whole body moving so that you're pushing against a lot more resistance. Reverse lunges are going to be next. Again, we can go body weight or it's an extra weight. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So this time I'll show you reverse lunges with some weight. You can hold it up here chest height, or alternatively, if you have 2 weights, you can hold them down at arm's length. But either way, we're going to straight backwards, power up off the front foot, ready in 2, 1, and off you go. So alternate legs, drop down nice and deep, and power up off the front foot. Okay, keep those going. Last one for legs on this circuit. We're going crunching then again next. So you're inside the final 10 on lunges. Final 5 now, keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest again, down the mats, getting ready. Crunches. We're going to plant the feet and just get the shoulder blades up. If you can, exhaling as you come up. And if you're making it more challenging, ready in 2, 1, and off you go. To make it more challenging, come up and try stop. Or even just slow right down. Try get a little pause at the top. It's quite hard to do. Up, pause, squeeze, and slowly down, okay? Last some crunches, then we're back for some toe taps. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And rest again. So again, toe taps, doesn't matter if you don't stand ball, any sort of thing to do. Just get the knee nice and high, tap the toe up on top, okay? So ready, forward in 5. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Jog out for 30. Okay, so keep that one going. At the end of each circle today, guys, we're going to drop down and hold a plank. So same as we did with the warm-up. Almost there on the toe taps, less than 10 seconds. Then the last exercise is going to be a plank. 3, 2, last 2, 1, and rest. So you get onto your mat, you're on your forearms, you're up on your toes, you're pushing the shoulders nice and high away from the floor, you're tucking the tailbone in underneath, and you're squeezing the abs. Ready in 2, 1, and off we go. It's our final 30. You want to really focus and squeeze the abs hard as you can. Really make them work for the last 30. Always important when you're holding your planks, not just to lie there in a straight line, but to actually focus on making those core muscles contract and work, okay? So squeeze them all the way, 5 to go only. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job, guys. Well done. Okay, next one, upper lower again. We've just done a push on upper, so we're going to do a pull on upper, which is going to be a bent over row. So kettlebell in each hand, kick the hips up behind, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then stretch out. So straight up, straight down into the midsection. After that, we can go weight again, or body weight, depends what you're aiming for, and we're going to go sumo squatting. So very wide stance, toes are pointing out left and right. Nice deep reps, dropping right down and powering back up, okay? For the lower body this time, or sorry, for the core this time, sorry, is crunches with the legs elevated. So just a little tougher than last time by having the legs up in the air, it's bringing in the lower abs a bit more. And then for our upper body cardio, we're going to grab 2 light weights and we're going to do some shadow boxing like we did in the warm-up, but with some weight, okay? So boxing stance and throwing punches. If you don't have light kettlebells, bags of rice, a couple of tins of chopped mallow, something like that, any sort of resistance in your hands. Okay, so ready to rock. Bent over rows, upper weights, 2, 1, and off we go. So the chest is parallel to the floor, the back is nice and straight. Squeeze the shoulders together and then stretch out. Keep the eyes on the floor, don't ever be looking forward, looking ahead, you're always looking down. Past halfway already on those. So again, it's going to be upper body, lower body, core, cardio. So the lower body is next.
3, 2,
last 2, 1, and rest. Lower body, get yourself ready with a kettlebell. Or again, if you just need to go body weight, that's fine. Wide stance, toes pointed out, and deep reps. Okay, we're ready for it. 2, 1, and off we go. Keep the heels down flat to the floor. Keep the back straight, drop as low as you can, and power back up. On a sumo, you should be able to get your elbows in, down between your knees, and then power back up. Okay? Really, really deep reps, and power up. After this, it's going to be core work. So 10 more seconds. Almost there, guys. 2, 1, and rest. Down onto mat for crunches, but this time we're going to elevate the legs. So we're bending the hips 90 and at the knees 90. And we're going to crunch up the same. This time try to get the elbows right up to meet the knee. So ready, 2, 1, and off we go. Same thing, breathing through the reps. Exhaling as you come up. Try to get a good squeeze, pause, and come down slowly, okay? Then we're up on our feet for cardio for our next one. So we're almost there. Coming into the final 5 seconds now of crunches. Keep moving, keep squeezing them. 2, 1, and rest. So shadow boxing, but with some weight this time, so same as the warm-up. Weak leg to the front, pointed in the clock face of 12. Strong leg to the back, pointed in the clock face of 2. Okay, and then we're just throwing punches in 2, 1, and off we go. Punches are going out of head height. They're going full range of motion again, from the chest and shoulder, all the way out to knockout, and back in. Once again, don't worry about power, just speed. Okay, so past halfway on those, and then we're coming back around to our bent over rows. We'll repeat all 4. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. So bent over rows, kettlebell in each hand. Kick your hips right up behind. Pivot over at the hip until your chest is parallel to the ground. Pull the weights up, squeeze the shoulder blades in, and stretch them out. So 2, 1, and off you go. So you're just rolling the weight straight up, straight down. Squeeze the shoulder blades in, and then let them stretch out. Okay? So coming up on halfway already. Last upper body exercise in this circuit. Once again, it's going to be upper, lower, core, and cardio. So lower body's coming next, or sumos.
3, 2, 1.
So sumos, big wide stance, toes pointed out left and right, head and chest is up, and we're going to, lost my balance, we're going to drop down, deep as you can, ready in 2, 1, and off we go. So again, try to get your elbows in between your knees, and then power back up. Keep the heels flat down to the floor, keep the back straight, and the head and chest always up, okay? So keep working, powering through those sumos, and then we're going to go with our crunches again next. Final 5, last couple of reps. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, crunches, elevate the legs once again. And try to bring your elbow up to meet your knee in the middle. So we're ready for it in 5,
3,
2, 1, and off we go. Exhale as you come up. Little pause at the top. Back down slow and controlled. So up, squeeze, and back down. Keep these fairly slow and controlled. You won't get a huge number of reps in 30 seconds. Slow controlled reps are always better. 10 more seconds to go. Then we're on the feet for cardio. Shadow boxing again.
3,
Last few seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're throwing our dumbbell punches once again, or whatever you have at home. So into your boxing stance, we're ready in 5. Strong leg to the back. 2, 1, and off we go. Staying up loose on toes. Little pivot through the hip. Keeping the core muscles tight and just throwing those punches out head height. Real high tempo now guys. Don't worry about power. Focus all on tempo. After that, once again we're going to finish the circuit with a plank. So nearly there, less than 10 seconds to go. 2, 1, and rest. So our plank is, we're on the forearms, we're coming up on the toes, we're pushing the shoulders away from the floor, we're tucking the tailbone under, keeping a nice straight line, and then we're squeezing the abs out as we can. So 2, 1, and off we go. Keep breathing through it now as well, and keep squeezing and activating the core muscles. Good stuff guys. Coming into the final 10. Final 5, almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Okay, last one. Upper body, we did push, we did pull. So we're going back to push. We're going to go shoulder pressing. Shoulder width stance, kettlebell in each hand, power overhead to lockout, and then back down to shoulder height. Always keeping the back straight and keeping the core muscles nice and tight, nice and active. Okay, so full range of motion on the shoulder press. After that, we're going to go to some RDLs. We kick the hips up behind, pivot over at the hip, and then come up and squeeze the glutes. So always start with the head and chest up. Pick a spot on the wall in front of you. Kick your hips up behind. Pivoting at the hips then, we're stretching the hamstrings on the way down. And then we're squeezing the glutes as we kind of thrust up, fire up. We're going to advance our crunches once again. So we're going to do a V crunch this time. So rather than just keeping the feet up, what we're going to do is we're going to bring them up each time to meet the elbows. So extend out fully, and then crunch in from upper and lower abs. Okay, so a V crunch, upper and lower abs working together. And then for our cardio, we're going to go back to lower body. We're going to do 1, 2 climbers. So we're down into position on our hands, and we're straightening in and out as long as you can, and we're landing the foot every time. Okay? None of those fake shitty mountain climbers that you see lots of people doing. You land the foot every time. Ready to rock with shoulder pressing. 2, 1, and off we go. Straight up overhead, all the way to lockout, and then back down to shoulder height. Keep the knees nice and soft. Not bent at all, but just soft. Take the pressure off them. All the way to lockout, back down to shoulder height. Once again guys, upper, lower, core, cardio. So that's upper body. Lower body is going to be the RDLs. Stretching the hamstrings, squeezing the glutes.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. Okay, RDLs. We'll keep the head and chest up. Shoulders roll back. Pick a spot in the wall in front, stay focused on that. Push the hips up behind. Pivot through them. Stretch down. Squeeze up. So 2, 1, and off we go. Pivoting through the hips, stretching the hamstrings. And then powering through the hips to squeeze and contract the glutes. Okay, so we're going to keep those going for 30 as well, and then we're down for some core work. So RDLs, on the way down, it's all about stretching your hamstrings, the back of the thigh, and on the way up, about squeezing the glutes. 2, 1, and rest. The V crunch now is next. Our starting position, we're laying down and we extend the legs out fully, but they're off the floor. We're going to then crunch up, bring our knees to meet our elbows, and stretch out fully. 2, 1, and off we go. So once we start the set, our feet never touch the ground. Squeeze in, stretch all the way out. Squeeze in, stretch all the way out, okay? So, cardio next, mountain climbers. Again, we're not doing the fake ones, we're doing the proper ones. Landing the foot every time. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So we're down into a press-up position. We're going to alternate feet from front to back, but you're going to land your foot, okay? You see a lot of people doing them in other gyms where they don't do them correctly at all, they're getting no benefit. So we're going to do them correctly here in coaches. We're going to jump and land the foot every time. Nice long strides. Okay, so keep those going. It's always important to make sure your technique is correct, guys. Again, that's another one like the press-ups I showed you earlier that I always see done incorrectly by a lot of other people. Always here, we do our stuff correctly, get the most benefit out of it. 2, 1, and rest. Back down to the start, guys. Last upper body exercise today, shoulder pressing. Straight up overhead, back down to shoulder height. Ready, 4 and 5. So 2, 1, and off we go. So first time I showed you a stance like this, with feet shoulder width apart. If you want, you can also go in a split stance. One leg in front of the other. It's not going to affect how it hits your shoulders. It might affect how it hits your lower back. If you have a weak lower back, that one might be more comfortable, okay? So see how you feel with that. Almost there. Last 5 seconds, keep pressing. 2, 1, and rest. RDL, so again guys, roll those shoulders back, keep the head up. Pick a spot on the wall out in front, stay focused on that. Stick those hips way up behind. Stretch your way down. 2, 1, and off we go. And squeeze on it up. So you basically stick your butt way up behind, pivot over at the hips, stretch here, squeeze the glutes here. Okay, so we're working all the posterior chain out in the legs, glutes, hamstrings, getting really, really good work on these. We're going to keep it going for another 10 seconds, and then we're back down crunching. Final 5.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, the V crunch again. We're going to start, legs fully stretched out, and then crunch the knees in to meet the elbows in the middle. So your glutes are slightly off the floor, and your shoulder blades. 2, 1, and off we go. So, as you can see, there's daylight underneath my shoulder blades and underneath my glutes. They're both getting off the floor at the same time. Good squeeze in the middle. Really working the upper and lower abs. Okay, so keep that going. Less than 10 seconds to go. We're almost there. Mountain climbers again next. Final 5. Finish out strong, guys.
2, 1.
Good. Mountain climbers, again down onto the palms and hands, press a position. You're splitting your stance, you're jumping. Front leg to the back leg to the front. Okay? Ready in 3, 2, and off we go. Nice high tempo, nice long jumps of the feet. Always plant the foot. Never keep it up in the air. Plant it every time. Last with the cardio for today. Then we finish with a plank again. 10 seconds, guys. Finish those mountain climbers strong. Keep moving. Finally 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. And our last exercise of the day is a regular plank again to finish. on the forearms, on the toes, pushing the shoulders up away from the floor, tucking the tailbone under, squeeze the abs. 2, 1, and off we go. Squeeze the abs now, hard as we can, final 30. Keep breathing through it as well, guys, keep squeezing. Just passing halfway. Now, less than 10 seconds and it's our final exercise. Final 5,
3, 2, 1.
2, 1, and rest. Great job, guys, well done. So once again, another class done. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate if any of you could come across and give me a bit of feedback. Message me on YouTube, message me on Instagram, wherever you like. Just give me a bit of feedback about the couple of classes I've done up here now in the gym and what you think of these compared to the 12 to 12 classes from home. So thanks a million, guys. Wash the hands, we're done and dusted. And then stay safe, stay home, help the HSE. Thanks a million. Take care.